Hey everyone, welcome back to Even Ghost Listen. I am May here again today. We're diving into the story of one of the most powerful deities in Chinese folklore, Erlang Shen. Known for his unmatched strength, a third eye that sees all, and his loyal dog by his side, Erlang Shen has been a figure of protection and courage for centuries. But who is he really? And how did he help me overcome a ghost encounter? Stay tuned to find out. First, let's go back in time. Erlang Shen, often simply called Erlang, is a popular figure in Chinese mythology. His origins are deeply intertwined with the legends of both Buddhism and Taoism. He's generally depicted as a heroic, brave warrior who protects the world from demons and evil spirits. There are various interpretations of Erlang Shen's backstory. One popular version identifies him as the nephew of the Jade Emperor, the ruler of the heavens. In this story, Erlang Shen was a fierce protector who wasn't afraid to stand up for justice, even if it meant opposing other gods. He's often portrayed wielding a three-pronged spear and is known for his piercing third eye on his forehead. His third eye is particularly fascinating. Known as the Eye of Truth, it allows him to see through lies, illusions, and even hidden spirits. According to legend, his eye was crucial in his battles with demons. Some say this eye was given to him as a gift from the Jade Emperor, while others believe he was born with it as a divine symbol of wisdom and clarity. Now that you have some background, let's dive into some interesting facts about Erlang Shen. In some stories, Erlang Shen was a hero who saved people from massive floods. He's believed to have harnessed his divine power to calm waters, which is why many worship him as a god of water management. Farmers would often pray to him during droughts or floods. Erlang Shen is rarely seen without his loyal dog, Xiaotian Quan, or Howling Celestial Dog. This magical dog is said to chase away evil spirits and even devour ghosts, making it a perfect companion for a demon-slaying deity. Erlang Shen is unique in that he is respected in both Buddhist and Taoist traditions, which often have separate pantheons. In Buddhism, he's sometimes associated with a bodhisattva, while in Taoism, he's known as the protector of the Tao. Erlang Shen's character has inspired various martial arts styles, particularly ones focused on spear techniques. In some schools, mastering the spear is a way of paying homage to Erlang Shen's incredible combat skills. If you're into Chinese opera, you've probably seen Erlang Shen depicted on stage. His story is also featured in many modern adaptations, from films to video games, showing how his influence still resonates in popular culture. In Chinese folklore, there are countless tales of spirits who linger in our world, held back by unresolved pain or tragedy. There was a tale involves a wandering bride who was said to haunt a forest path. It's said that she died on her wedding day, abandoned by her groom. Since then, she would appear to men who ventured into the forest alone, leading them astray and leaving them disoriented or even injured in the woods. Erlang Shen heard of this and went to the forest one night. He sensed her presence and, with the help of his third eye, followed her movements through the dense trees. The ghostly bride, furious at his interference, tried to confuse him with illusions. However, Erlang Shen was unaffected as his third eye pierced through her tricks. Eventually, he calmed the spirit by acknowledging her sorrow, guiding her to the afterlife, and freeing her from the endless pain of abandonment. To this day, people say the forest path is safe, thanks to Erlang Shen's intervention. Personal story: how Erlang Shen agreed to help me. Now, I'm going to share another real experience, but this time, I'll tell it from a first-person perspective so you can feel as if you're right there with me. A few years ago, I was struggling financially and needed a cheap place to stay. I found an apartment listed for just $1,000 a month, half of what similar units went for in that area. It seemed like a lucky find, and I moved in without a second thought. But from the first night, something didn't feel right. The air inside was unusually heavy, and strange things would happen. Lights flickering, sudden cold drafts, and faint footsteps in the middle of the night. I told myself it was nothing, but things only got worse. One night I felt a deep chill and heard whispers near my bedroom door. It was then that I knew this place was haunted. I reached out to my neighbors, hoping for answers. That's when I learned about the previous tenant, a woman who had lived alone and had died under mysterious circumstances. People said she was wronged, perhaps even betrayed by someone close to her. After her sudden death, some believed her spirit never moved on and remained in the apartment, lashing out at anyone who disturbed her space. Terrified, I went to a local temple and met with a monk, explaining the disturbing events. He listened carefully and then nodded thoughtfully. He told me that the temple was under the protection of Erlang Shen, a powerful deity known for defending against evil spirits and injustices. He advised me to pray to Erlang Shen for help, saying that Erlang Shen's strength could bring peace to my apartment. The monk guided me through a ritual, instructing me to light incense, bow 3 times, and ask Erlang Shen for his protection. Then, he handed me 2 red wooden blocks called Sheng. The custom was simple. If the deity approved, the blocks would land with one side facing up and one facing down. I threw them, my hands shaking. They landed just as I'd hoped, one up, one down. The monk nodded, saying this meant Erlang Shen had agreed to help. The monk advised me to bring an image or small statue of Erlang Shen into my apartment, placing it near the front door to invite his presence. That evening, I set up a simple altar, lit incense, and offered thanks to Erlang Shen. As the smoke curled in the air, I felt an unusual calm settle over the room. The monk had assured me that this would invite Erlang Shen's protection into my home. That night, I had an incredibly vivid dream. In it, Erlang Shen appeared, tall and radiant, with his third eye glowing like a beacon. By his side was his celestial dog, fierce and ready. They moved through the rooms of my apartment, and as they did, a shadowy figure, a woman with sorrowful eyes and twisted features, appeared, the spirit of the previous tenant. Her ghostly figure seemed to lash out, trying to keep them away. But Erlang Shen's third eye shone even brighter, and with a flash, his dog charged at the spirit, barking and growling. In that moment, the spirit wailed, releasing a painful, heart-wrenching cry. Finally, she faded, as though Erlang Shen's presence had freed her from whatever injustice bound her to this place. When I woke up, I felt a sense of peace and lightness in the apartment that I hadn't felt before. The strange cold spots and unsettling sounds were gone. It was as if the air itself had been purified. I realized then that Erlang Shen had truly intervened, freeing the lingering spirit from her pain. Since then, I've made it a habit to go back to the temple whenever I'm free, offering my prayers to Erlang Shen as a way of showing my gratitude and sincerity. This experience showed me the power of faith and compassion, even for spirits who suffer from wrongful deaths. If you've ever experienced something similar or felt a presence you can't explain, don't underestimate the power of deities like Erlang Shen. Their compassion and strength can bring peace even in the darkest places. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to hear more stories like this, please support the channel by hitting like and subscribing. It really helps us continue sharing these experiences. Thank you for watching.